Hello guys. Welcome to my channel, Jura Tempest Federation. In our previous episode, we have seen Angry Veldora. If you have not watched the previous episode, I will put a link in the description below. To quick warning, this video contains spoilers from a light novel. But before we proceed further, please like, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for further updates. In this video, we will see HINATA'S proposal. Now without further delay, let's proceed further. There are also benefits for the Freedom Association. Due to Rimuru-sama's rule, the monsters in the Great Jura Forest have been under control. We would be running the long border near the Great Jura Forest. With that being the case. I see, so you are saying that there will be less work for monster extermination, indeed. However, there's a solution. It can be imagined that the interior of the labyrinth will spawn a large number of monsters. By defeating these monsters, you can gain magic crystals, fur, monster teeth, claws, etc. You can farm monster materials on the regular. Surely the guild would gain profit through it. You could gain materials by exterminating monsters. Adventurers would sell the materials as rewards. If not, the Freedom Association would act as the middleman for purchasing these materials, before selling them to buyers that needed them, making money via handling the transaction. And our nation could hand over part of the management of the labyrinth to the Freedom Association, and tax them for it. In this way, even if adventurers lost their job in the future, they could also find new employers. This project would provide multiple benefits. How would Yuki react to this? Will Rimuru-sama help out with ideas in the future as well? You must be Mayurmile-san. I will consider your proposition. We will handle the matter and build a division of our organization in this town. Will you be able to provide us with the facilities? Most certainly. When the staff are settled, we will discuss further. I'm truly defeated here, Rimuru-san. Yuki gave off a wry smile. And so, Mayurmiles and my proposal were taken. I spoke to Veldora. Have you heard? The proposal has been accepted. There's gonna be more adventurers coming in the future. Within the first year or so, it may still pose a huge challenge. But after 2-3 years, I think there will be more capable people. Oh, do you have any proof for that? Well, the reason is simple. There is a very low chance of dying in the labyrinth, so you can practice your skills in it. There's no reason why you wouldn't become stronger throughout the process. I see. As expected from Rimuru, now I've got to look forward to it. To someone with longevity such as Veldora, 2 or 3 years would pass by in the blink of an eye. That's why his face was plastered with a smile as he commented about his expectations. Right, it's great now that I've managed to convince him. While I was laughing internally, HINATA suddenly raised her hand to speak. Can I interrupt for a second? What is it? Although I didn't think she objected to the matter until now, my nerves were still kind of tense. I suppose I'm once bitten, twice shy. I have a request, or rather, a proposal. Her tone was giving me a bad feeling. Mayurmiles, on the other hand, was sweating while trying to avoid eye contact with her. I'm listening. Thanks, then allow me. What HINATA brought up was crisis awareness may be reduced as a result of labyrinth activity. If they become accustomed to not dying in the labyrinth, it may cause them to become careless outside. That was HINATA'S fear. I was worried about that too, but I felt that the adventurers should see to that themselves. I was a bit short on words, while HINATA pointed it out. I guess we can only remind them to pay more attention. Don't think that you can just hand-wave this away. This is a matter of life and death. Let's not put it that way. No. Come on, HINATA-san, I begged HINATA. She finally decided to bring up her own proposition. But, if you are willing to accept my proposal, I may just approve your plan. What proposal would that be? Please indulge me. Making HINATA angry will make me die pretty horribly. That's why I should humble myself. But I may have worried too much. Haha, Rimuru, it's nothing really. You don't have to be that nervous. This proposal would benefit us both. The labyrinth poses a pretty good challenge. Not only can one train their ability down there, we can also practice effective fighting strategies against monsters. However, I'm worried that people may put their guards down against death. That's why I want to dispatch the priests of the Western Saints Church there. The priests? No way, are you serious, Commander HINATA-sama? It was Fuse who suddenly interrupted. Many at the scene were shocked, and upon inquiring about it, I learned that priests were very capable users of holy magic. Now that you've said so, I believe I've heard similar rumors. There was a group of people whose ranks were above the average ministers, and have learned the secret holy magic of the Western Saints Church. And bishops, as well as higher rank personnel, could even perform God's miracle, A spell strong enough to restore damaged body parts. Yes, I'm serious. It was indeed a secret technique, but with how things are progressing, they won't grow in the future. Even though these people may have the talents of geniuses, none of them are able to cast God's miracle resurrection. If this is to continue, the knowledge passed down from ancient times will be buried. It may be a different case when it comes to wartime, but such a technique is difficult to pass on during peaceful time. In summary, are their resurrection skills rusting because they don't have people to revive? Well, I felt that something was off. I understood what Hinata meant. She wanted to use our dungeon in order to train their holy magic. This was also pretty beneficial from our perspective. Even though not everyone could practice God's miracle of resurrection, if people capable of using revival magic in general increased, combat outside the labyrinth would be safer as well. In addition, it was also helpful for me to quickly fully understand the ultimate secret of faith and grace of Rumonism via actual information of their practices. I don't oppose the idea. Same here, we would be troubling you as well. I knew you would say that. Disregarding the shocked crowd, Hinata and I agreed to each other's proposals. Now the matter of dispatching priests into the labyrinth was also settled. Just as I thought that the matter was finished, Hinata raised another proposal. By the way, there's something else. I want the Holy Knights to challenge the labyrinth as well as part of their training. Veldora-san over there. Weren't you selling takoyaki out there? That's irrelevant to the topic, right? Let's get down to business already. Right, I definitely did not sell takoyaki under an alias. Oh, and I almost managed to convince myself otherwise. It was you after all. Never mind, it's really nothing, Hinata muttered to herself tiredly. It was impossible to deceive Hinata. Honestly, to anyone who had heard of Veldora in the past, there was no way you could fool them either. Because Veldora was insistent on opening up a teppanyaki shop, I asked Miles to help him prepare shop staff. Veldora later came up with some ideas and requested Kurobi to prepare some iron griddles. It was a specialized iron griddle that is commonly seen in Osaka, Japan for takoyaki. The condition for Veldora to open shop was to not expose his own identity. With that being said, the residents of the town already knew who he was. That's why I told him to at least hide his identity from the staff and use an alias, and Veldora actually decided to use the name alias. Allegedly, the shop called Alias Takoyaki had quite a popular sale. But that's really irrelevant to our topic right now. Please forget about that first. I want to discuss in detail about the Holy Knights training. I managed to force the topic back on track. Hinata didn't seem to mind, so we continued as if nothing had happened. In my opinion, those who have just been enlisted as a Holy Knight wouldn't be able to win against Gozer. That's why I want to split them into groups of 5 to 6 people to challenge the labyrinth. On one hand they can practice combat, on the other hand, we can also train the priests we mentioned. I believe anyone with experience can easily break through level 50. I'm fine with that. In fact, that's just down my alley. Veldora's spirits were high. Indeed, all members of the Holy Knights are over rank 8 considering their abilities. Only a group of a few Holy Knights may have a chance against Gozer. In addition, I wish to let some of the captains join. Hinata dropped the bomb on everyone at the scene. Are you serious? Hinata-sama. Are we to join the Labyrinth challenge as well? Arno and Bacchus, who were stationed in our nation, immediately asked Hinata. She was not fazed one bit and answered quite casually. Isn't that only natural? This is the perfect training ground, there's no worry of death. Since there is already someone that strong guarding level 50, surely it would mean there would be even stronger guardians as you go further down, perhaps someone even you guys won't be able to win against. I heard Veldora responding as he listened with extreme satisfaction. On the other hand, Arno and the others began to protest. It seemed that their displeasure was at the maximum as well. No, there's no such thing, Hinata-sama. We are the strongest of humanity, the Holy Knight Order and saints who can stand against demon lords. Indeed, we would agree if the opponents are the demon lord subordinates, but mere labyrinth monsters. If that's the case, show your strength to me now. Arno and Bacchus's opinions were crushed before Hinata. Indeed, if they could manage to break through all 100 levels of the labyrinth, they may stand correct. That would be a simple truth that cannot be rebutted. However, the sad thing was. Hold up a minute, could the one guarding level 100 be? Kukuku, Georgia hahaha. This is supposed to be a secret, but let me tell you real quietly here. Indeed, the guardian on that floor is me, Storm Dragon Veldora. Veldora and Nikki looked really happy about that. In comparison, Arno and Bacchus were white as sheets out of despair. The yin and yang here made a pretty drastic contrast. And so, I agreed to Hinata's proposal. That's it for today, guys. See you next one. For further more update, please like, share and subscribe. And do not forget to push notification bell.